One of the biggest stories this year is how the pandemic has impacted the military, specifically the challenge military leaders have faced getting shots into troops' arms. The vast majority of personnel have rolled up their sleeves and gotten COVID-19 vaccinations, but there are still thousands of holdouts. Here's Mike Gooding.
As of last week, roughly 98% of the active duty U.S. military force had received the COVID-19 vaccine, with more than 6.6 million doses administered and more than 1.5 million active duty troops fully vaccinated. But approximately 35,000 members of the Army, Marines, Air Force, Space Force, and Navy are still considered unvaccinated.
The Secretary's made it clear that this is a lawful order to receive this vaccine. It's mandatory now.
For the Navy, some 336,000 sailors are now vaccinated, but more than 5,700 still are not. New guidelines issued earlier this month instructed commanders that unvaccinated personnel will be processed for separation and will be given honorable discharges.
Let me be clear up front. We want every sailor to receive the vaccine and stay Navy. On the other hand, those who continue to refuse the vaccine will be required to leave the Navy.
Senate Armed Services Committee member Tim Kaine of Virginia said it is unfortunate, sad, and tragic that so many sailors, for whatever reason, have refused to get the vaccine. He acknowledged their departures could have an impact on readiness, but Kaine said the separations are necessary.
Nobody works in closer quarters than sailors. I mean, submarines, surface ships, nobody works in closer quarters than these folks.
If they're not in compliance with a lawful order, we have the UCMJ and the chain of command that can deal with it.
I think there has to be consequences. This is not about simply personal rights. It's about you may have personal rights, but those rights don't extend to being a health hazard for folks that you work with.
Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.
Military-wide, there have been more than 261,000 cases of COVID-19, and among uniformed personnel across all branches, there have been 82 deaths. USS Milwaukee is sidelined after a COVID outbreak on board. The Navy Times reports the ship is sitting at Naval Station Guantanamo Bay. The Navy says the ship's crew is fully immunized. And the Navy is starting to signal they may require booster shots for sailors soon. Right now, it's strongly encouraged for sailors to get another jab. Earlier this month, the Pentagon said it was weighing a mandatory booster shot policy.